Hey Brittany, Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Um, Thank you for accepting this video. Today I just want to go over a few things that are really going to help you guys online, um, that you guys can start applying right away to really get more of those water jobs coming in. Um, so let's just get started where it all starts, and that's with Google. So, in an emergency, especially, um, most of your clients are not going to know you guys by business name and by brand. They're going to be doing those searches related to their services. So, water damage searches, or even asking water damage type questions. So there are three spots on the first page of Google that your business can own. And the first spot is going to be your ads, your Google cost per click ads, and even local service ads, like these ones here. But typically only about 10% of people will click through the ads. One of the most important spots here is your Google Map Pack. Your Google business profiles here, your goal should be to be in the top three because nearly 30% of people skip everything else and go right here to the maps. And I did notice in both Seattle and in Auburn here, you guys are not in the top three, so you definitely need to work on your Google business optimization. Um, there are several factors that go into ranking, and this area is also very fluid. So, not only do you need to meet those factors, but you also have to be every month updating these profiles to maintain position and increase position. So, one of the top factors in ranking is going to be something called citations, and that is simply listing your business in business directories with your business name, address, phone number, and website in a ton of different directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Glassdoor, and you need more than your competition. And then obviously you're going to need some good reviews, um, fully optimized profiles, more images than your competition, and doing those weekly updates is really going to help with your Google business profile. And then the most important on the first page of Google is your organic section. That's because 60 to 70% of people skip everything else and come straight here. And the only way to get here is having your website properly built and optimized. So your top competitor here is Fisher Restoration. So let's go back to your website. You guys have a wonderful looking website. Your website is secure, which is awesome. I like that you have this 24/7 call out, which is good. If you have like a 30-minute response time, I would put that up here as well. I like that you have the click to calls, and you got the form right here. All really, really great things. Um, what I don't really see is really any local keyword usage. I see a lot of generic keywords, so mold removal, water damage restoration, but not specifically your service area. Um, if you were a national company, this would be different. But even if you did rank for these national keywords, on the first page of Google, most of your traffic would come from anywhere but where you are. You'd get people from New York, visiting your website, people that you can't help. So you really have to dial in your content and keyword strategy on local keywords and understand there's multiple variations of those keywords. So you want to be able to take advantage of that because people search differently. Um, and so when it comes to actually ranking your website, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks. It's the content. Content is key, and you do need a lot of content. You need 150 words for every word you're going to target, and that keyword still needs the repetition of at least 3 times for proper indexing and eventually ranking. So, You definitely need a lot more content in these sections, and you need to focus on those local keywords. Um, I also noticed that, let's see where to go. Okay. I did notice that you have your areas that you serve here, which is good. These are not clickables, they're not pages. It's just a list, which is helpful. But the way things used to work for ranking, even 2 years ago or even last year, a lot has changed. A lot has changed with the Google algorithm. And so not only does our content now to be built around those keywords searches, but now your website has to be built for both SEO and AEO, which is the Ask Answer Engine Optimization. Um, and so your content do need a lot of content, but and not just informational, but conversational, answering those really important questions people are asking. It needs to be relatable to them. So you're gonna definitely need to work on your keyword and content strategy. You got a ton of really great pages. You've done a really good job here, with separate pages for each of your major services. When I look through those, it's pretty much the same thing. Very generic information, and generic keywords. You're not really focused on those local keyword strategies. I am happy to see that you have Auburn pages, but with all the other service areas, you should really have pages for the major service areas as well for those services. So, good work, but there is still quite a bit to do, to be able to rank and have those consistent water jobs coming in organically. If we look at Fisher, this is your number one online competitor. They also have a nice website. They've got the click to calls. Um, they have the separate pages. And then they have service area pages. So they have a ton of service area pages. Each of these are a page, that allows them to target the keywords in every one of these communities for their services. So they've got a ton more content and keyword strategy that's really helping them not only index but to get tons of traffic to their site. So these guys are beatable, but you would have to have more. You'd have to do better than they're doing, with a lot more content and a lot more strategy, and then supported by your SEO strategies. So this is a program called Ahrefs. This tells us how your website is performing. It looks like you have an error code going on your website. You have a domain rating of a 12, which isn't terrible. That's a 12 out of 100. Um, that rating has partly to do with how your website content is built out and structured, but most of it is actually based on your backlink and keyword. I'm sorry, your backlink and referring domains. So, while you do need a lot of these, it is a popularity contest. You have to stay focused on links that are relative to your business because not all are created equal. You need those do follow links. However, Google is only giving you credit for one backlink per referring domain. So this means you have a ton of spammy backlinks that is actually hurting your score and ranking. Um, and now a referring domain is any website that provides your website with a link from their site to your site. And the backlink is just that physical link. If you think of your favorite power tool or device, it needs power to work. So that device is plugged into a power source, and then the cord connects from the power source to your device, and you got power. That's the same with your website. You've got to have that power behind it to give it the boost and let it rank. You have been indexed for 66 keywords, and you are getting about 36 people on average to your website. And I do see that over the last few months, your backlinks and stuff have been going up. So that you guys must have some type of SEO going on. Excuse me. But when we look at the keywords, you're not actually really ranking. You're ranking for your business brand, which is good. But like I said, most people aren't going to be looking for your brand. They're going to be looking for services. And water damage restoration in Auburn is the only buyer intent keywords you're actually ranking for. So you are missing tons and tons of potential customers and volume because you're just not ranking for the keywords, let alone your local keywords. So you definitely need to dial in that content and keyword strategy. If we look at your competitor, they have a rating of a 35. Oh, sorry. I have the wrong one. Sorry about that. Fisher Restore. They have a rating of a 19 with over 400 backlinks, over 400 keywords indexed, and 641 every single month in traffic. So they're getting a ton of people on their website and a lot more jobs. And if we actually look at their keywords, there's 10 spots per page on Google. So you can see they are ranking in all of those important local keywords that are just driving that traffic. So hopefully you found this video to be helpful and informational. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. Feel free to respond to my email or give us a call, and we'll be glad to chat. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a wonderful day.